Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second episode of Am I Lying? We had a great episode first up, and now we're back with the second one. I'm honored to have the defending champion Talha here, and then it's the comeback season for Abiyha. How are you both doing? We're going to start with Abiyha first up.
Yeah, I'm doing great, and it's good to be back at the ARD, and I am hoping for a wonderful season ahead.
Yeah. What about you, Talha?
Yeah, excited to defend my title, I guess. It's probably one of my favorite formats that we have here after Tenable, which I also won. So hope I defend this.
Just to sort of reiterate the rules, if you haven't seen the last one, so basically the rules are that me, Talha, and Abhi have sent a statement to the team, essentially Emad Bhai, the beloved Emad Bhai, and so it's a statement that we all believe. ये वो statement है जो जिस पे हम सब believe करते हैं, and then वो statement जो है जब हमारी बारी आएगी तब अहमद भाई जो है हमें ट्विस्ट करके भेज सकते हैं और either he's going to send the same statement and we have 30 seconds to think about our arguments and then we're going to defend that statement. uh, I think we're going to be starting with the defending champion, of course, Talha. So let's go. You will be receiving.
So my statement is that baseball is not overrated. And the reason I picked this statement is we often see a lot of opinions on social media and so on that that England couldn't be in the Ashes, couldn't gain back the Ashes at home last year, or they couldn't beat India in India, and that baseball is just like some PR stunt or something like that. But I think what we lose sight of is कि baseball से पहले इंग्लैंड का क्या हाल था ये भी देखें. They lost the Ashes very badly in Australia. Then they didn't change captains immediately. They went on that tour to the West Indies, जिसमें उन्होंने Broad और Anderson को drop कर दिया. They picked players like Saqib Mahmood and so on, which were pretty odd selections, and lost in the West Indies as well. They lost in New Zealand as well. New Zealand, I think, they won that historic match after following on. So when you consider the England before baseball and the England right now, zameen asman ka fark hai. So it has had a clear effect on one of the worst teams in the world and made them one of the best teams in the world almost overnight. And that's why I think this whole baseball is overrated opinion is completely wrong. You're muted. Emad, you're muted.
Yeah. So Talha has put forward his case just to sort of make things clear for Abhiha. We are going to have ask questions from Talha to evaluate कि whether he's lying or not. And we're going to be collaborating साथ में. So I'm going to ask the question, Talha, and then Abhiha, obviously you can follow. Uh, don't don't you think कि जो losses जो इंडिया में हुए थे या एशेज में हुए थे, don't you think they genuinely tell us कि England can only perform with baseball against the weaker sides?
Not really, because you can also compare how England did in their previous encounters against India. Even at home, they pretty much lost that series in 2021, and then there was like a one-off test the year after, which doesn't really count as part of that series. So it's, as I said, it's not a perfect like a miracle cure के वो हर मैच जीतने लग गए हर सीरीज जीतने लग गए, but it's like brought them from let's say a 3 out of 10 team to an 8 out of 10 team, in my opinion.
Okay, Abhiya, do you have any question?
Yeah, I just have one question that don't you think that baseball has make or changed, altered टेस्ट क्रिकेट. मतलब जिस तरीके से वो लोग खेलते हैं, मतलब it has changed the dynamics of the test cricket. It's more about aggressiveness rather than patience. कि जो टेस्ट मैच स्टार्ट हुआ था वो तो पेशेंस और टेक्निक के लिए हुआ था. And I guess that's more pressure on the bowlers कि उन्हें large totals, अगर aggressive batting हो रही है तो उन्हें large totals भी defend करने पड़ते हैं. So yeah, that's my opinion or question from Talha.
Yeah, I think to an extent, yeah, they have like impacted Test cricket at large, which is also, I think, yeah, it kind of makes my case for me that it's not overrated. In fact, might even be underrated a bit. Because we've seen that it's possible to be less cautious in Test cricket these days, and while still obtaining success with the bat and with the ball as well.
Uh, okay, 3 minutes are gone. We only have 4 minutes to do the interrogation. Now, Talha, इसके अलावा don't you think ये जो है वो basketball has only been about narrative and why और जो on the field जो है I mean, the people, yeah, they are playing aggressively, but still, it's been more about the energy and narrative that they throw around with whatever they do, the propaganda.
Yeah, like of course, there's this whole PR thing, and I'm no fan of the English media, but like you also have to focus on the results on the field. Like those are two separate things, and I think if you evaluate the effect that baseball had on the field, it doesn't really matter what they say off the field. Like we wanna like change Test cricket or make it save Test cricket or whatever. Like that's all nonsense in my opinion. Like you look at players like Zach Crawley, Ben Duckett, Ollie Pope. Look at their records before baseball and after. Even Johnny Bairstow, even though he's dropped now, and you look at how they have improved as a team. I think like that speaks for itself.
Okay, but I think Abiyha, I'm sort of inclining towards not lying because एक दफ़ा पहले भी जो है वो we had a test draft and उसमें I picked Pat Cummins over Stokes as captain. Talha genuinely thought that I've made a wrong decision. So I think he's not lying.
I
But
have
what do
I
you?
have noticed his incline over the baseball, so I guess he's not lying. I'm gonna go with you.
I think एक आखिरी हम कुछ करें because हमारे पास कुछ time थोड़ा सा है. So
अच्छा, I have a question for that. Don't you think कि जो baseball का है ये current lot या current जो आपके पास players हैं उनके लिए ज़्यादा effective है बनिस्बत if they try and if they put this whole what I should say whole this framework into new players, wouldn't that be difficult? मतलब नए players को impact मेरे ख्याल से negatively
I
करेगा
doubt
an
it
aggressive
honestly.
approach.
I doubt it क्योंकि अगर इंग्लैंड की स्क्वाड देखें for the Pakistan tour, they've selected Jordan Cox, who was supposed to be T20 specialist.
यार
So
पाकिस्तान के against तो
they've
बात नहीं करो ना.
no, but still, you look at the kind of players they've picked. They're not necessarily
पाकिस्तान का तो वो वाला
old
हिसाब है
school
कि
players.
सड़क से उठा के स्टार बनाऊंगा. पाकिस्तान की बात नहीं करो.
No, I think the kind of like philosophy they have in the whole English like cricketing system about playing cricket positively, I think that makes it pretty easy for new players to adjust. And if someone like Jordan Cox does get like a chance, you can look at Jamie Smith, for example, who debuted in this home season, and he's played wonderfully and he's played according to the baseball philosophy. So I don't think कि इतनी मुश्किल चीज़ है नए प्लेयर्स के लिए इंटीग्रेट होना इसमें.
So we have to make a decision now. So what do you think, Abhi? I think not lying, but my track record is really bad on this show. So of guessing whether people are lying or not. So you're muted.
I guess he's not lying और मेरा तो पहला record होने जा रहा है ना तो I'll just take a shot with that he's not lying.
So drum roll. What's the call? Is he lying or not?
I was not lying.
Yeah, you were not lying. Guessed it right. Yes, let's go. Statement is Amir's inclusion into Pakistan's T20 side for the World Cup was the right decision. Now, if we look at the 2023 World Cup, we saw how horrible the form of Haris Rauf and Shaheen Shafidi was, right? Not if not Shaheen Shafidi, but still he was not at his best, and he hasn't been at his best since the injury. And the left armor angle is so important, and we needed that in for the World Cup. And at that point, we saw Mohammad Amir come into the PSL and become basically the best death bowler of the tournament. He played so well for Quetta Gladiators, and he has been performing really well CPL वगैरह में भी and all that. And then we saw in the World Cup as well. जो USA वाला गेम था, while the super over went really south, the we went into that super over because of Mohammad Amir's penultimate over. That was so good. That he bowled incredibly. Those Yorkers on the off stump, I can I still remember those. उसके अलावा जो है मोहम्मद आमिर's performance in India, everyone against India, everyone knows about that too. And then Amir was also a proven player at that point. At that point, everyone knew him, like Amir is an experienced player and he's going to put in some sort of impact. So yeah, this is sort of my case. Now you guys can obviously start questioning me.
Okay, I'm inclining almost immediately towards not lying क्योंकि like what you said makes pretty much sense to me. But my question is, don't you think कि शायद इमाद और आमिर को वापस लाने से टीम में कोई ड्रेसिंग रूम में काफ़ी डिसरप्शन हुई थी? Don't you think that was maybe a negative?
Okay, so the thing is that the disruption that actually happened was through the players जिनको हम बहुत wholesome समझते थे आपस में, and it was more sort of about them than Imad and Amir. And I think उसमें जब कैप्टनसी जब मिली थी बाबर को, तब भी I think उसके फादर ने probably शायद इंस्टाग्राम पे पोस्ट किया था कि we have moved on from everything and अब कोई मसला नहीं है, and we consider them as our elder brothers and वो वाली चीज़.
Yeah, as I said before, I'm inclined towards not lying. Maybe Abiyha is a better question than me.
No, I don't have any question because I agree with his case, and I'm thinking that how to
Okay,
interrogate that.
one question I have is कि अगर आमिर playing 11 में आता है तो obviously the guy who missed out looking at the New Zealand series as well is Abrar. So don't you think maybe अगर वो पेस जो क्लासिक पेस ट्रियो है शहीन नसीम हारिस उसके साथ जाते और आमिर की जगह अबरार खेलता, don't you think it would have been better for the team as a whole?
We had two games in New York, so I think वहाँ पे तो आपको four fast bowlers खिलाने ही थे, तो अगर रामर नहीं भी होता, so Abbas Afridi would have played probably.
Abbas Afridi, like you saw him against Ireland, he was pretty awful there.
Yeah,
Do you think
he
he would have
was
played?
awful. He was awful, yeah, but the thing is कि आप New York की pitch पे you are going to play four fast bowlers, right? आपके दो games in New York में.
What if you picked, say, Amir Jamal instead of Amir, to bat at 7 and play Abrar still?
Yeah, so Amir Jamal की जो bowling थी, it was not that good in PSL. I think he impressed more with the bat. And इसके अलावा जो even New Zealand के against he I think considered 65 in 4 overs.
If not Amir Jamal, then there was another option of Zaman Khan.
Yeah, so again the thing is that Zaman Khan is a phenomenal death bowler. बट अगेन उसका PSL इतना अच्छा नहीं गया था एंड रीसेंट परफॉर्मेंस के हिसाब से आमिर had the lead and yeah आमिर का you sort of knew कि he's gonna perform well.
यार मुझे तो किसी ने बताया था कि जमान खान न्यू बॉल बॉलर है।
किसने बोला था?
बट
यार मैं
I
यही
mean
कहने लगी थी कि अब मैं थोड़ा ना हो रही हूँ कि
बाबर ने बोला था ऐसे प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में, बट आई थिंक आई विल फाइनलाइज नॉट लाइंग।
I'll go with lying.
यू विल गो विद लाइंग?
Yes.
क्यों?
मुझे मुझे PSL का वो ना समझ नहीं आता ज़्यादा कि PSL में अच्छी परफॉर्मेंसेस थी, PSL में अच्छी परफॉर्मेंसेस थी एंड देयर इज़ वन थिंग कि वही वाली बात है कि वी कुड हैव प्लेड अब्बास और आमिर का आना, मुझे इमाद का आना ठीक लग रहा था बट आमिर वाज नॉट मेकिंग सेंस टू मी एट दैट टाइम आल्सो, सो आई गेस आई विल गो विद लाइन.
We have to like, I think we
We
have
have
to
to
like,
go a collective
we have to,
answer.
yeah, we have to have a consensus on this.
no
Like,
individual answers are fine
individual
बस.
answers are fine. Okay, if individual answers are fine, then I'll go with not lying.
Okay, and I'll go with line. So
Okay, so drum roll, big reveal. I was lying. I think
I knew it.
yeah. My idea was कि आमिर की जो inclusion थी, it was absolutely out of nowhere when you actually had fast bowlers in line who had played played genuinely well and who had actually worked hard in the system बहुत अरसे तक. And while Amir performed really well, आके the whole idea of bringing him in was a bit flawed because he retired and then for 3 years and then it was basically a deal between PCB and him. And yeah, so up till now,
Okay, so my statement is that Lester Cook is exemplified by his record as England highest Test run scorer. My sufficient knowledge of this case, I guess he had total Test matches of 161, and his record runs were 12,472, around 12,500, and he had 5 ODI centuries and. He's one of the most highest run scorer in the history against Australia in the Ashes. So, what do you think?
can you repeat the statement? Safe
Uh,
statement. I heard the arguments.
okay, so Lester Cook is exemplified by his record as England's highest Test run scorer.
What
Okay.
do you mean by exemplified? Like, do you think he's the England's greatest batter?
Yeah, like he has set an example.
It doesn't seem very like um, hard statement to decipher, which makes me think either like it's an easy not lying, or maybe you're like the statement got changed in such a way कि हम deceive हो जाए, which is tricky.
That's
So that's my question. Like, do you think he's England's greatest ever Test batter just because he's the highest run
in my
scorer?
opinion. No, for me, there are many others, and that also includes Ben Stokes. And I have been a fan of England cricket over the past years. Ian Morgan is one of them. So I guess he's not the only one, and not just the runs matter because हमने तो Pakistan cricket team में भी देखा है, runs don't only matter. It's the technique, it's the strike rate, and every other thing as well. Joe, Joe Root as
Yeah.
well, guys. Joe Root as well.
No,
For
but like the best as batsman तो एक ही होगा. As an example, we can say that Australia का best as batsman is John Bradman. So best तो एक ही होता है. So
नहीं यार,
is
बेस्ट
it
एक नहीं
Alistair
होता.
Cook for you?
मैं ऑप्शंस रखती हूँ हमेशा हर चीज में.
Okay.
प्लान ए, प्लान बी.
think um, like अगर statement है that is set like is exemplified, yeah, it's
That he
pretty much
has
true. So
exemplified his career.
What's
And he just had a career of 12 years. He just had a career of 12 years.
I
And he
mean
kept it
that's
for 3 years.
that sounds pretty straightforward to me. Like not lying.
Acha, okay, so I think Alistair Cook lost a lot of series away from home, right? I think 2012 की जो Ashes इंग्लैंड ने जीती थी वो एंड्रू स्ट्राउस के अंदर जीती थी, and then
10-11 में
sorry
like in 10
yeah,
and 11 under Strauss.
yeah, it was under Strauss के बाद सारी Ashes I think he has lost. I think पर इंडिया का जो टूर था
नहीं 13
2012
14 की एशेज जीती है इन्होंने सर एलास्टिक के
तो वो
साथ.
तो तो वो तो इंग्लैंड में थी ना. I'm talking about the
Then
away.
in
हाँ
13-14 में they got whitewashed. They won in 2015 after the World Cup जो summer में हुई थी
Well, हाँ,
Ashes.
2015 that was in England. England में तो obviously England does tend to win, but I'm talking about the away series. वो तो I think 5-0 they lost 5-0 2013 में तो.
They lost
2011
5-0
2013
in
yeah
13. They lost 5-0 in 13-14, and in the next one in 17-18 also 4-0 under Cook.
13-14 basically
हाँ.
was his peak. उसमें
And
इसकी
then
सबसे ज्यादा रन्स थे.
but he lost the series. So
Are you
is it
sure
about
it's
is there an argument
13-14
about
or is it
captain?
2010-11?
No,
Like I remember
it's
10-11
2013
being
2014 where they
Okay,
England won the Ashes.
they got
5-0
whitewashed in
Michael Clark
2013-14.
अंडर जीता था I think.
No.
5-0 Michael Clark अंडर जीता था.
Yeah. Maybe in the summer of 2013 they won, and then like 6 months later they played in Australia and got whitewashed
Yeah.
towards the end of 2013. Maybe you're referring to the one in like
Is
mid
the
2013.
is the argument about captaincy at all? Captain ऐसा तो नहीं है कि captaincy को मैं
नहीं
बात
नहीं नहीं कैप्टनसी नहीं है मैं एज अ प्लेयर इंडिविजुअल प्लेयर की बात कर रही हूँ.
as a player.
I'll
Maybe he
go with
performed
not lying.
something.
I'll go with
Yeah.
not lying because it sounds like a
Yeah, not
straightforward
lying because अगर
statement.
exemplify की बात है तो what if this argument is कि Andrew Strauss was better than Alistair Cook, something like that.
Why would I
What if
tell you that?
नहीं I'm asking Talha, I'm discussing
Okay,
it.
okay.
No, I think like it's the statement is he exemplified his career, so yeah, it's pretty
I mean
obvious to me. Like I'll go with not lying.
yeah, I'm also gonna go with not lying because इसका उल्टा क्या हो सकता है?
Okay, that's the final answer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you both are right. Not lying.
Finally win a game यहाँ पे. But yeah, that was and Talha, you ended up with 0.5. How do you feel about that after winning last time?
Yeah, I have an excuse ready. I'm not 100% today, so it doesn't really
No one
count.
is
I'll win.
100%.
I'll win next time.
Well, it was really fun for me. I think everyone defended the statements really well. It was really fun to dissect different views about cricket. But yeah, and I love the fact how the statements were very diversified as well. But yeah, that is about it from Am I Lying episode number 2. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Oh girl, you've been